Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Skip Price, talking to you about you and your business. Going to chat now with one of my newer contributors, but boy, leaving a great footprint with some incredibly high-quality guests. Frank Granett, his organization and ours has partnered together, helping individuals understanding what we call the business side of the ADHD health situation. There's a business side to everything, and there's a great concern that the individual is really being superseded in the need of the individual by industry concerns, and we're trying to help get people to think about a different approach to ADHD and mental health in general. And he's a professional pharmacist. Before you introduce your guest, Frank, tell us a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, Kevin, my organization is the Coalition Against Over-Medicating Our Youth, and that's CAOOY.org. And Kevin, like in our past programs, we're going after the cause of these conditions, whether it be ADHD, depression, anxiety, et cetera. So we not only help consult families or loved ones that are battling these behavioral challenges, but we're also helping businesses understand the value of going after behavioral health first, as far as making that their health and wellness priority. For every dollar you're spending on a health and wellness program in the country, if you're a corporation, you're going to get a five-fold increase as far as productivity, and that's from the Health and Human Services recent study. And to get to this point, we have a great guest with us today. She needs no introduction, Kevin. This is Dr.Mary Block. She's from the Texas area. And if you are a family member or if you have a loved one battling ADHD condition, depression, anxiety, this is the go-to doctor to find out what is truly causing that type of challenge. And Dr. Block, great to have you on board here with us today.
Thank you. Good to be on. Appreciate it.
Dr. Block, can you tell us a little bit about your organization, the Block Center?
The Block Center is a medical center in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the goal of our programs are to find the cause and fix the problem rather than just cover symptoms with drugs. So, as Frank said, we focus on things that like ADHD, autism, depression, anxiety, allergies, headaches, just about anything that can become chronic that individuals are tired of just taking drugs and not really getting better, and they'd like to find the real cause of the problem. So that's what we try to do here.
And Dr. Block, tell us about that program. You developed actually a program. It's called SAVE. Explain to us what that is and how you go about diagnosing and trying to go after these causes. And I know you have a ton of success stories. So what is SAVE?
Well, the SAVE program, SAVE stands for Sensory Motor Auditory Visual Education. SAVE is an accelerated sensory integration program. There are a number of different sensory integration programs out there that OTs do, PTs do, there's vision therapy, there's auditory processing. Those are all individual programs that go after one sense at a time. But what the SAVE program does is it combines 5 different senses all at once, which allows it to work so quickly. In fact, it works in only 5 days, an hour twice a day for 5 days, a total of 10 hours, and we actually have been able to show changes, very objective changes in how the brain works, and people's ability to listen, to focus, to concentrate. Their memories can improve, they can become more organized, all in just 5 days. And we certainly had ADHD symptoms turn around, autism. One young man, 16 years old, who never spoke anything but gibberish, began to speak in complete, concrete sentences within that 5 days. We've even had people with dementia and with traumatic brain injury improve with the SAVE program in literally just 5 days. So it's a very exciting program for our office. We also do biomedical, looking for the medical underlying causes. But the SAVE program helps us take our whole program another step forward in working with the educational part and the way the brain works.
By the way, talking to Dr. Mary Ann Block, and she's with the Block Center. That's Block Center, BLOCK Center.com. This is out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. Your next question, Frank.
You know, Dr. Block, and we talked a moment ago about corporations and businesses, whether large or small. How can they incorporate, or could this incorporate into a health and wellness type program to strengthen engagement and behavioral health within the workplace? How do you feel, or is there something in this program that can achieve that?
Absolutely. You know, every office has some great employees who are very productive, and they're doing a great job for their companies. But sometimes these employees who we really love, and they're doing wonderful work, but have some limitations. They're maybe not as organized as they need to be as productive as they can be. They might need to read a report over multiple times before they actually understand it. Maybe multitasking is frustrating for them. They may have difficulty translating ideas into actions or lack attention to details. And companies want to keep these employees because they're good employees, but they want them to be more productive. And that's where the SAVE program can enhance those abilities and help them be more organized, help them be able to multitask better. And the reading, one individual said that she'd been going to nursing school and had to read her paragraphs 5 times before her brain could understand what she was saying. And after the SAFE program, she said, I only have to read it once. So imagine the productivity of an employee who can now just read something once and get it, rather than spending the time to go over it multiple times.
Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. By the way, I do want to mention, very interesting biography. When people check out blockcenter.com, you started medical school at 39.
That's right. Yes, I went to medical school at 39 after doctors made my daughter ill, prescribing psychiatric drugs for her chronic bladder infections. I know that sounds crazy, and it certainly sounds crazy to me today, but I questioned it. I questioned the doctor. But, so many of us are taught that doctors know everything and we should do what the doctor says. So I did what the doctor says, and I gave her those 2 psychiatric drugs for their side effects on the bladder, and it left her extremely ill for over 3 years. They thought she might have leukemia. It was a very terrible time. And when you go back to those same kinds of doctors and all they want to give you is more drugs, well, the adage, fool me once, shame on me, but I wasn't going to be fooled again. And I began looking at how to get my daughter well. And a doctor who helped me get her there, it was my mentor, and he was a DO, and I went to osteopathic medical school to really help my family and save my daughter. And I'm so thankful I did, because within 6 months of my starting my practice, my mother was diagnosed with metastatic and terminal lung cancer. MD Anderson gave her 2 months to live. But I knew better, and I combined, did an integrative cancer treatment for her, and instead of being dead in 2 months, she was literally in complete and total remission in 4 months. She lived to age 92. 18 more years and never had cancer again.
Wow.
So
I got to wrap it up. The Block Center, blockcenter.com, Mary Ann Block, our guest today. Frank, real quickly, by the way, Frank and I continue to collaborate, great articles, interviews. Man, we got a lot more. In fact, we've only just begun. Frequent content both at priceofbusiness.com and usdailyreview.com. Your website, before we wrap it up, Frank.
Yeah, Kevin, that is CAOOY.org. Go to the top Ask the Pharmacist tab if you're interested in learning more about health and wellness with your business or family.
I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to our regular feature that Frank and I are doing on the price of ADHD business. Another great addition to that. And this is the Price of Business. More after this.